Hello everyone, my name is Fraser Bianlagora and this video is my midterm project for Math 1127. In this video, I'll be solving two statistics problems and I'll be explaining and showing how I solve those problems. Here is my ID for identification. And let's get right into it.
Alright, so the first question is the maximum number of passenger vehicle lanes at 16 Canadian border ports of entry. We need to find the mean, the median, and the mode of the dataset given. So this is the dataset, and what I did here is I arranged it into an ascending order because this makes solving for the mean, median, and mode easier. So to solve for the mean, all we need to do is find the sum of the data values and divide it by the total number of values in this set, which is 16. And what I got for the sum was 119. And we were going to divide it by 16. And then um, so the answer that I got was 7.4375. Then we're gonna round it to the nearest tens. 7.4. So this is our mean. To find for the median, all we need to do is find the middle value in the data set. Since the number of values in our data set is an even number, 16, there will be two middle values in this set. And to find the median, we're going to add the two values and divide it by 2. And in this set, the middle values are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So these two sixes are our middle values. So 6 plus 6 over 2 divided by 2. So 12 over 2. So the answer is 6. This is our median. And for the mode, to solve for the mode, we just need to scan through our data set and then find the values that occurred the most. And in this set, the numbers that occurred the most are 6 because there are 3 sixes and tens because there are 3 of them too. Then we're gonna write it like this. And then we call this mode, this kind of mode, we call this bimodal because there are 2 modes in this data set. And that's how you solve for the mean, median, mode for this problem. So the next problem is finding binomial probabilities. And the question is 34% of US adults have very little confidence in newspapers. You randomly select 8 US adults. Find the probability that the number of US adults who have very little confidence in newspaper is exactly 6 and less than 5. So what we need to do here first to solve the problem is write all the variables given. So the variables are n, which is the number of trials, is 8. Then x is the possible values of x from the problem, which are exactly 6 and less than 5. P is a probability of success, which is 34%, but we're going to use the decimal form, which is 0.34. And Q is the probability of failure, which is 66% or 0.66. We got 66% from subtracting 34 from 1. So 1 minus 34 is equal to 66%, and that's the probability of failure. And in solving binomial probabilities, we use a formula, this formula. So after listing all the variables to solve the problem, all we need to do is substitute all the variables into the formula. So the first part of the problem was finding exactly 6. And we're gonna write it like this. So n is 8, cx is 6, p raised, oh no, my bad. The probability of success is 0.34 raised to 6, and probability of failure is 0.66 raised to n minus x. 8 minus 6 is 2. And then this is hard to solve on your own, but that's why we're going to use a calculator. And when I use the calculator, the answer that I got was 0.019. And then to convert this into a percentage, thereby the probability, we're going to multiply this by 100 and move the decimal point to the right by 2. So the percentage is 1.9%. So this is the probability of selecting exactly 6 US citizens that have little confidence in newspapers. So we're going to proceed on to the next problem. The next part of our problem is finding the probability that the number of US adults who have very little confidence in newspaper is less than 5. The whiteboard is pretty full, but I assure you this is nothing complicated, and we're just gonna do the same thing that we did before. We're still going to use the same variables and the same formula. So to solve this, we need to think what are the numbers that are less than 5. So the numbers that are less than 5 that are not negative are 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. I wrote everything here beforehand because to save us time. So what we're gonna do is solve for each probability, and then we are going to find the sum of all the probabilities, and that will be our answer. So using the calculator, the answers that I got for each were 0.036, 0.148, 0.268, 0.276, and 0.177. And then after solving for each, you just find the sum, which is 0.905, and then convert it into a percentage by multiplying it by 100 and move the decimal point to the right by 2. So the probability is 90.5%, which is our answer. See, it's still it's a lot, but it's still the same thing as the first part, and it's kind of easy. So this is it. This is it for my midterm project. Thank you for watching, and pardon my English.